today. From Seattle, we'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks, Sean Watson and the Houston Texans.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
To be considered for the MVP award in the NFL, it's got to be a season of not just consistency, but spectacular consistency. And he's had it all the way through.
I think you're right. He's been as consistent, more consistent probably than anybody else as the numbers bear out. And the social media chatter for the MVP races certainly start to ramp up. I know you and I have felt that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Right now, he's in the pole position as we head down the stretch.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. It's second down now.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Wilson after the play fake. Deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it'll be third down.
10 yards to go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the and at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Texans offense going to go to work, and it is Deshaun Watson at quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he'll drop here to throw. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get them.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Duke Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and
off the play fake. Here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
Tackle made at the 47.
The numbers for Johnson in last week's game: 14 carries, 57 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter what they were doing. Gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. So yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point a piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Play action. It's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play on third down for the Seahawks. 45 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Intercepted by the Texans.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Watson on target here to Fuller. Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. Put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, but it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson, rolling to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
Leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was...
Brandon Cooks, 30, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Texans have once again taken the lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. He's done his part, but so let's Clay. And he makes it all the way down to the 19.
That's good.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Play action. Now Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards, obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh, right? Of course he would. But, you know, watching him play this year, we often talk about defenses, allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, it's Watson. Screen play, Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To the air yet again, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
1st down, Texans.
Watson on 1st down. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st down, Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson.
Yards to go.
Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
For Seahawks 21.
So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. they take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, and this one a 1-point game at halftime. Jimmy Garoppolo has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. 31-14, the final. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they are in a tight one, all tied with the visiting Minnesota Vikings. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front, as we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. In there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
To get a little more cushion. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Right, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson, he's letting it fly for Cooks. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Off the play fake. Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Here's Carson. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 44, Wilson going for Metcalf. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Texans take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade is going to happen, but good thought. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. Wilson off the play fake. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
McKinney on the tackle.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
3rd and 10.
They run again with Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Brings up second and
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Jason Myers.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston set to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
20. And the Texans first down.
Watson. McKinnon here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
15 more yards there and quickly another first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they've peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Watson. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Houston.
Watson looks to throw again. That's complete to his tight end, Seals-Jones. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you needed to get in some time, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 40.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down. And it's in the area of holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Left side complete to Lockett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Carson. Twisting away. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One last throw here for Watson. And now Watson throws another interception.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.